Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ms. TV Total Football. We are going to do an absolute blitz now. Football news blitz. Everything that has been popping off over the last 24 hours. We're going to try and cover all the main stories so you guys are well informed. And like always in the comment section, let me know where you guys are thinking about each of this news. First up, Jürgen Klopp. As you can see, his picture is on the screen. What's going on, Jürgen Klopp? Well, there was some rumors yesterday, well, in the last 24 hours, yesterday for me might be same day for you guys, that he's potentially going to Roma. Some source out there, a lot of people were saying he's a credible source, saying that he has agreed to join Roma. I mean, when I first saw that news, I thought, wow, that's a bit shocking. I never expected that. Didn't think Klopp would be thinking about a club like Roma. But then when you sort of think a little bit deeper, Serie A is wide open right now, man. Serie A, there's literally 7 or 8 teams that can potentially fight for the title. Obviously, this season looks like Napoli could potentially get that. They just need a win on the final day. Inter Milan, obviously, there and thereabouts. And there are other teams that have been sort of knocking on the door. So look, and Roma, rich history, man, such a rich history. And since the Totti days, Francesco Totti days, I mean, they've not looked the same. Yeah, they've had some good players here and there. Obviously, right now, they've got Dybala over there. And for a second, I started thinking, you know what, that might actually be not a bad club for Jurgen Klopp. You know, they're a very passionate bunch. Lots of hunger to succeed and desire to do well. Roma, as I said, brilliant, rich history and fantastic city as well. I've never been there, but I've seen it, seen the footage and seen everything on TV, or whether it be YouTube or social media, whatever it is. So, and you could think that maybe Jurgen Klopp goes there and rebuilds that club again. He'll have the pull power. He'll attract the right type of players, and he might build something the way he built in terms of Liverpool, the legacy that he's left behind. So for a second, we thought fantastic, but no. Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen, has dropped in earlier today saying Jurgen Klopp's agent, Mark Kosicke, I think that's how you pronounce his name, reports on Klopp becoming new AS Roma manager are not true. So all of that nonsense, I suppose, report. I don't know, someone was trying to probably get a little bit of attention, but when you really think about it, one, I want this guy to return back into management. Obviously, he's taking a break from management. He's been Liverpool manager for so long, I think 7 years, I believe, and yeah, just wanting to recharge. But I do want to see him back into the footballing world. He's a splendid manager. Don't get me wrong. He's an absolute splendid manager. And him taking over someone like Roma, I think that would have been nice. That would have been nice, but it's not going to happen. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Omar Marmoush scores a GOLAZO for Manchester City, making it 7 goals to assists since joining the club in January. Look, I know he missed the penalty against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, but I've got this player penciled down to be bombastic next season for Manchester City. He seems like he's got it all. The technical ability, long range, short range, all sorts of goals. He's got the creativity. I was hoping Bournemouth was going to do something. Kepa being in the goalkeeping position over there, thought they might do something, but they're currently losing 2-0 as we speak. Goal from Omar Marmoush. If you haven't seen it, it is an absolute golazo. Long range shots, and Kepa Arrizabalaga. Thank you very much. But now, look, it was a rocket, but for some reason, players, they see Kepa in goals and they do want to take rocket shots from long range. I've not seen too many other goalkeepers cop that many shots from range. So, something needs to be studied there. But right now, Manchester City are winning. Omar Marmoush is also doing well. Next up, Manchester City fans pay tribute to Kevin De Bruyne on his final home appearance. It is KDB's last home game at Manchester City. That is a fantastic banner. I know Manchester City, as a club, they get mocked about that. Oh, you've got a lot of empty seats, this, that, the other. They do still pull a good crowd. And obviously, this being Kevin De Bruyne's last home match, obviously, there's one more match to go for Manchester City, which is Fulham away. But yeah, nice tribute, man. Nice tribute from the City fans. And yeah, he's definitely going to go down as a legend. He's going to leave behind a fantastic legacy. Where KDB goes next, that will be the interesting factor. But good to see the fans have given him a nice send-off, which is always fantastic to see. Next up, breaking: Rodri returns as part of Manchester City squad after long injury. He's on the bench tonight versus Bournemouth. Huge return for Manchester City. I believe he's one of the main reasons why Manchester City haven't been able to compete at the highest level this season. And even then, they're still going to make third position in the Premier League. They're only a few points away from Arsenal. Arsenal's still locked in to get that second spot unless some mad goal differences happen in the final day. But Rodri coming back, he's on the bench against Bournemouth. Whether he comes off the bench, we'll see. Still now, I haven't seen him come on, but maybe he might get some minutes. But this is a definite big boost. Manchester City are in the Club World Cup, and I'm pretty sure Rodri will feature a little bit there. And next season, if he's injury-free and Rodri is there, Manchester City are a different team with Rodri. So I'm pretty sure Pep Guardiola will appreciate a lot. He's been a huge miss for Manchester City this season. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. We're going to listen to this. Ange Postecoglou. Obviously, we've got the Europa League final. As Matisse said it in All You Can Eat Chelsea. If you have missed out on that episode, do check that out. That's the last video that's on the other side of the coin. Live stream, if you've missed it out. Matisse said it's piss versus shit. That's what it is between Spurs and Man United. But Ange Postecoglou, ladies and gentlemen, he's said some mad stuff. Let's
different types of
this
of infamy and history. Hi, Ange. If you win tomorrow night, this is going to be remembered as one of the best seasons in the club's modern history. But kind of conversely, if you
the only way I can listen to it is if I actually have my headphones on. There we go. We'll go from the top again. Let's go.
Hi, Ange. If you win tomorrow night, this is going to be remembered.
I need to listen on this from the beginning. Okay, so I'm not really sure where he said he's a clown. Might have said it earlier on, but there has been a notion that people have been saying that if he doesn't win, he's a clown, or this is a battle between two clowns. You've got Ange and you've got Amri. I've seen all of this stuff on social media. The thing, look, he's an Australian compatriot, Ange Postecoglou. I'm Aussie, he's Aussie. So there is a little bit of connection there. Of course, I know what he's done in Australia and Australian football. But he needs to, I feel like he's too easily baited in. He gets triggered. It's so easy to trigger Ange Postecoglou. Sometimes, look, I don't mind him being candid and honest and saying and replying back and responding back to whether it's journalists or fans or whatnot, but to do that on a regular basis, my man, it's starting to look like it's too easy. It's too easy to bait you in. It's too easy to trigger you. He's done this with fans as well this season. So look, Ange Postecoglou, I've been thinking about who I want this Europa League to go to, whether it's Man United or whether it's Spurs. At first, I was thinking Man United because I really don't want to see Spurs lift any trophies in my lifetime. And obviously the rivalry, Spurs, Chelsea. But then on the other side, I was thinking, do you know what? If Spurs get it, it's not like they're going to attract any top players. And it's probably better because if Man United make it into Champions League, they're going to probably start attracting players that we are going for. And that might not be a good scenario for us. For example, Delap. I don't know, Delap, Chelsea Football Club. Do we want another kid? But he's a target that we have. But if Manchester United also get Champions League, then Delap is potentially choosing Man United. So I'm starting to think maybe Spurs win the Europa League, and you just want to see Arsenal in the mud, the rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs as well. You just want to see how AFTV go down the gutter, and and Man United, they'll be in the mud as well. That fan base will be extremely in the mud. So I'm starting to think maybe Spurs go win it. But Ange Postecoglou, calm yourself down, my man. You're a mad one. Postecoglou on whether he'd walk away from Spurs if he won Europa League. No, I don't think my job is done here. I think a trophy would accelerate that, and I think there's a lot still to be done. Look, I kind of agree with him, because this is the reality check for the Spurs fans. Who are you going to get if you do get rid of Ange Postecoglou? You think you're going to get this, you're going to get that. You as a club, you need to start performing well. You need to start being more serious. Your owner needs to start being more serious. Ange Postecoglou, he's won in Australia. Now, whether you say this is a Mickey Mouse league and this, that, the other, that's fair enough. But he's actually won in Australia. He's won the league in Australia. He's won the league in Japan, with a team that I believe finished 9th the season before he took over, and then he won. And J-League is very competitive. He won with Celtic as well in the Scottish league. Some of you guys might say, oh, look, Celtic, anyone can win with Celtic. That's not a big deal. But still, Rangers, before he took over, I believe were doing well. Rangers with Steven Gerrard, yes. Rangers were doing really well. So he's done good stuff there. So Spurs, yes, he's not done well. He's lost a lot of games this season. I'm not taking anything away, but maybe you need to stick around with him. Maybe you need to stick around with him, especially if he wins the Europa League. Maybe you just need to back him and see where he can take you, because, look, in one hand, Premier League might be a little bit behind him, but on the other hand, Ange Postecoglou, he is a winner. Ultimately, he is a winner. And I don't know who else you're going to really attract. If you think you're going to get Marco Silva from Fulham, or you're going to get the Bournemouth manager, Areola, you're going to be in this same position again, man. I'm telling you right now, whether you get Silva, whether you get Areola, you're not going to be relevant. So you might as well continue with him and see where it goes for at least another season until you start making a decision. But that's my opinion on it. Spurs fans, let me know if you truly think that he's not worth it or not. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Zirkzee has recovered from injury and he's on his way to Bilbao with Man United squad. This is big news. Zirkzee for Man United under Amorim has actually been really, really good. He's obviously not been playing in recent times due to injury. If he is back and he features in certain manner in this final, that's a big boost for Man United. But he hasn't played for a long time. I'd say at least a couple of months. For him to just waltz back into the final, I don't know whether that is probable, but looks like he is back into training, and he may just get some minutes off the bench. It's good news for Man United. So let's see this final. I'm still thinking Spurs are probably the superior team. They have beaten Man United 3 times already this season, but Man United, you never know, man. They might just turn it around in the finals, and someone like Zirkzee being back could be a big thing. Now, Brighton news, ladies and gentlemen. Olivier Bouscagli joins Brighton from PSV. You just know they've probably picked up another crucial signing. He's not a gem, by the way. He's 27. I believe he's on a free transfer from PSV. So, look, a bit of experience. They've got a lot of kids. Why not bring a little bit of experience? And that's probably what they're doing. Done deal, and here we go. Agreement sealed for the centre-back, as TalkSport reported today. New addition for Fabian Hutzler. We shall see what the future of Lewis Dunk and Van Hecke and all those other defenders that they have. They've added a bit of experience in defense, and Brighton, they're just a smart operator, man. They're just, for the size of club they are, they make some shrewd signings, and somehow they're always competitive. They beat Liverpool yesterday. I believe they're 8th or 9th. Let me just have a quick look at the table and a quick look at the score as well. Manchester City still winning. Crystal Palace winning 3-1 as well. Look, let's forget about the City game. I don't think they're dropping points today. Brighton are 8th. Brighton are 8th going into the final day, which is honestly, for a club of their stature, this is a very good achievement for them. I don't know whether 8th is going to get any level of European football. It may, if we win Conference League final, which then qualifies us for the Europa League, then there might be another spot available for Conference League. I don't know. These are some of the stipulations that we need to look at in the final day. We shall see. But nonetheless, look, Brighton always competing, man. Like, being 8th in the top 10 in the Premier League with the kind of budget that they have. Brilliant. Now, some La Liga news, ladies and gentlemen. Barcelona have reached an agreement with Raphinha over new deal. All done. The Brazilian will sign until June 2028. One more important renewal for Barca with Deco's huge work in recent months. Flick signs new deal tomorrow, and then time for Raphinha. And not that long ago, I believe Yamal has also signed a new contract. Correct me, ladies and gentlemen. I did see, or he's on the process. So Flick, Raphinha, Yamal, they're locked in. Barcelona are going for the Champions League, and they're going for dominance next season. Probably La Liga again. Huge contract extension for Raphinha as well, who's going to be up for Ballon d'Or this season. No doubts about that. He's had a tremendous season. Him and Yamal, they've done a madness. They've done a madness, and it looks like Barcelona, they're once again moving in the right direction. The dominant days of Barcelona are slowly returning back, and they look like under Flick, Yamal, Raphinha, they're going to obviously try and add some more bits and pieces this summer window. They look like they could be back well and truly. Last but not least, another La Liga news, ladies and gentlemen. The likes of Julian Alvarez, Atletico President Cerezo. Julian Alvarez is a player of Atletico de Madrid. He's very happy he's our player, and he will remain our player. He was raised at Atletico de Madrid, and he will die at Atletico de Madrid. I love the way some of these La Liga teams talk, especially Atletico Madrid, hierarchies. Look, there were some rumors that potentially Julian Alvarez could move on. A lot of Chelsea fans were getting excited that maybe we should go for him. We had the opportunity to go for him last summer, but we obviously, Atletico Madrid, it's difficult to compete when they're in the Champions League, and it's such a great spot for Argentinians to go to Atletico Madrid, and Julian Alvarez is one of the main mans over there. He didn't want to be a second fiddle at Manchester City to Erling Haaland. Someone like Julian Alvarez, they could have done with Julian Alvarez this season, Manchester City, but he's turning out to be a superstar, an absolute world-class level player, Julian Alvarez, and it looks like he's staying at Atletico de Madrid for a little longer for now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest that's popping off. Let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Jürgen Klopp, Roma, those nonsense rumors, Manchester City, and a whole heap of other news that's been popping off in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about all of this. Until next time, everyone, smash up the like button if you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Take care. See ya.